Hello class, let's start the new chapter, that is chapter 4, pollination. Okay, now before going through the main topic pollination, we have to be familiar with the parts of flower. Okay, you all have seen flower, right? Can you name some beautiful flower that you like? Like I like roses, right? Similarly, you might have one favorite flower. So what is flower? If you look at the plant, what attracts you towards that plant? Obviously that would be flower. So flower is the attractive part of a plant because it's very colorful, right? Because of the color we usually get attracted towards that particular plant. So flower is the attractive part of the plant. So other than being as a medium of attraction, flower is also the reproductive part of the plant. Okay, your flower, it has a male parts and female parts which helps in reproduction, that means giving rise to new plant. Okay, so what is flower? Flower is the reproductive part of a plant, but accessory, its function is also to attract the different agents of pollination. Okay, because sometimes what happens is same flower might not have both the male and female reproductive parts. So in those cases there are pollinating agents, okay, which helps in transferring either the male part or of male reproductive part towards the female reproductive parts. Okay, that is why also your flowers are very colorful and attractive. Okay, so now let us understand about the different parts of the flower with the help of a diagram. Okay class, now let's start with different parts of the flower. Now look at the diagram of a flower that's given there. Have you seen that flower before? It's commonly found, right? What is that flower known as? You either call it as hibiscus or China rose. Okay, so for studying about the different parts of the flower, we will be taking China rose as a model. Okay, now let's start with the parts of the flower. Now your flower has 4 walls or 4 parts. Okay, now let's start. The first wall is referred to as calyx. Okay, now can you see this green color portion, green leaf like structure? Okay, that is referred to as calyx. So collectively it is referred to as calyx, but if you just take a individual from that calyx, it is referred to as sepal. Okay, now what is the function of this calyx? Like you can see, this is the hibiscus flower in bud stage, so it protects the flower in its bud stage. Okay, now next coming up with the corolla, this bright color portion of a flower, this portion, the bright colored part of a flower is referred to as corolla. Collectively, individually, if you just take a portion of it, it is referred to as petal. Okay, the colored part of a flower is referred to as corolla. Individually, it is, if you take a single portion from it, it is referred to as petal. Now what is the function of this corolla? The function of the corolla is to attract the pollinating agents. What are the pollinating agents? Like I told you while introducing the class, right, that some of the flower, they either have a male reproductive part or a female reproductive part. So for fertilization to take place, your male part of a male gamete, that is pollen grain, has to be transferred to the female reproductive part. So that is done with the help of either birds, insect or wind or water. Okay, and in case of flower which are pollinated by the insects or bird, the flower has to be attracted so that these birds and insects get attracted towards the flower. So for attracting purpose, your petals are used because they are very brightly colored. Okay, now next moving on to this calyx and corolla are also known as non-essential part of the flower, because their function, they do not have any role in reproducing. Okay, they do not have a primary role in reproducing, acting as a reproducing agent. That's why it is known as non-essential part of the flower. So the next two wall that we are going to discuss represents the essential part of a flower, because they have a primary role. Their main function is to help in reproduction. So let's come up with the first with the gynoecium. Now this gynoecium is the female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, what is the, if I ask you to name the female reproductive part, what would that be? Gynoecium. Now let us deal with the parts of, what are the different parts of a flower that comes under gynoecium. Now can you see this lobed structure here? This is referred to as stigma. Okay, your pollen grains, that is a male gamete of a plant, comes and sticks to this stigma. So this one, stigma, is the female reproductive part. Okay, first receptor part of a flower which receives your pollen grain is a stigma. Then you have this thin, then you have this thin thread like structure. Now this is referred to as your style. Okay, now this is referred to as a style. Now within the style only your pollen tube is formed, through which your pollen male germinative nucleus travels to the ovary. Okay, now other part of a female reproductive system or gynoecium is your ovary. The main portion is your ovary that you can see here. They have done a longitudinal section. So inside the ovary you can see the ovule also. Ovule is the female gamete of a plant. Okay, so these were the parts of your gynoecium. So what were the parts? Stigma, style, ovary and ovule. Ovary, how inside ovary you have a ovule, which is the main reproductive part, your, what do you say, the female gamete of a plant. Your eggs, female egg cells are present inside the ovule only, where your pollen germinative nucleus from the pollen grain is going to come and fuse, and the fertilization will occur, and after fertilization your reproduction is going to take place. Okay, so understood the different parts of a gynoecium: stigma, style, ovary and ovule. Okay, now overall it is also known as pistil. Stigma, style, ovary and ovule, overall it is also known as pistil. Now next, moving on to the male reproductive part. Now male reproductive part has two main parts. Can you see this pink filament like structure, thread like structure, which is holding this yellow lobed structure? Can you see that? So this pink thread like structure which is holding your yellow or lobed structure, this pink one is known as filament. Okay, and your yellow one is known as anther. Now in your anther only consists of pollen grains, and inside pollen grains you have tube nucleus, germinative nucleus, which you don't have to learn in detail. You just have to understand that your anther consists of pollen grain, and pollen grain is the male gamete of a plant. Okay, so that's all about the different parts of the flower. So your flower had four walls: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Calyx and corolla, they were referred to as non-essential part of the flower. Androecium and gynoecium are called as essential part of the flower, because they are their primary function is to carry out reproduction. They hold the reproductive parts. That's why, because they hold the reproductive parts, that's why it is referred to as essential part of the flower. You just have to go through the different parts of gynoecium, different parts of androecium. Okay, in androecium, this filament and anther together, it is also referred to as stamen. Next day we will be discussing about the different types of flower in detail. Now your homework would be, you take any one for hibiscus or rose or flower, bisexual flower, okay, a flower which has both the male. I advise you to take hibiscus flower, and then what you do is you dissect the parts, like you separate out calyx, you separate out corolla, and paste it in a white paper, write the label it, and then you send it to me via text. Okay, you take the picture of that paper where you have pasted different parts of the flower and you send it to me. Okay, thank you. So next day we will be discussing about different parts of flower, different types of flower. Thank you.